I had something creepy happen to me a few months ago. I was driving home after seeing a play with a friend of mine, so it was probably around 11:30 p.m. or 12 a.m. I also live in rural America, so there weren't any street lamps or houses for the majority of the drive. I was driving over this bridge and saw a car sitting on the side of the road turn on. I wasn't really concerned about it because it's a very common spot for cars to pull off, even if it was kinda late. As I passed the car, I looked in my rear view mirror and saw that they had pulled out behind me. Again, I didn't really think anything of it until they began to tailgate me hard. While that behavior isn't unheard of, it tends to be rare since the road is curvy and a hotspot for deer. I kept driving for a bit with this car right up on me, which caused me to feel frustrated, confused, and slightly paranoid. Then the car's headlights went out abruptly while I was nearing the end of a stretch of road, surrounded completely by forest. This made me freak the fuck out because it was still super close behind me. Then the car sped up and went around me, but almost immediately slowed down to a standstill in front of me. At this point, I was so afraid, so I sped up, went around the car, and drove away as fast as I can to get home, and then sprinted inside and locked the door. I didn't notice the car around my house, but I still felt worried about the whole ordeal, and wish I knew why someone would drive like that. Once, when I was 19, I got off work early about 3 a.m. I always took the back roads to avoid dealing with highways, and really it was almost a straight road directly south of my job to get home. There aren't any streetlights, and once you go about 2 miles, it turns into a dirt road with a few four-way stops. On this night, it's foggy and visibility is crazy low, so I'm doing a 30 miles an hour. As I come up to the four-way stops, there's a house tucked back from the corner with a old lamppost in the middle of the yard, basically halfway between the intersection and the house. I had been intentionally looking for this lamppost as it was a good indicator of how far I've gone down the road, as the fog was very thick and I was a bit nervous about it. I stop at the intersection and look over at the lamppost and see a man or a man-like figure standing beside it. Just standing there. At 3 a.m. on a foggy night. I got goosebumps from head to toe, and the hair on my back and neck stood straight out, and I immediately felt unsafe. The figure never moved as I drove through the intersection, but the rest of the trip was dirt road with high rows of cornfield on both sides. I'm doing 30 miles per hour, terrified, heart racing, just knowing at any moment that figure is going to walk out of the cornfields into the road and I'm gonna be murdered. Now, nothing did happen and I made it home just fine. But to this day, it still gives me chills thinking about that figure. And just to be clear, I've driven by that house countless of times in the past and again after that. It wasn't a scarecrow or anything of that sort.